Chapter 1: Birth of the Green Hornet. This is the story of the Green Hornet, a 1979 MGB, a supercharger, several head gaskets, and a long series of decisions that seem perfectly reasonable at the time. It is also a story about patience, anxiety, friendship, and the strange optimism required to turn the key on an old British car and genuinely wonder what happens next. Chapter 2: A Promising Beginning. I bought the MGB in 2018 in what could politely be called barely running condition. The distributor shaft needed replacing. The wiring had opinions of its own. Then came the brakes, the clutch, and an assortment of fluid leaks, because British cars apparently mark their territory. Slowly, one repair at a time, it became a usable car. Not perfect, not precious, but alive, and already testing both my patience and my anxiety. Chapter 3: Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. Then came Tuesday, April 9th, 2024, the day I chose the questionable supercharger rabbit hole that we put on the original engine that had a questionable rebuild before I acquired it. Adding a Vmax supercharger sounded like a fine way to create the MGB that the factory never built. In hindsight, that phrase, sounded like a fine way, has started many expensive adventures. The old engine did not agree with that choice, so in 2025 we bored. It added a fast road cam and strengthened internals, Chapter 4, boost, belts and bad language. The supercharger brought a full supporting cast of problems. It ate belts, pulleys refused to align, alternators failed, the stock fan would not fit with the custom crank bolts, the Weber carburetor became a world-class hair puller, fuel pumps and regulators joined the argument, followed by needle and seat changes and repeated head gasket drama. Every solution revealed the next problem, like a mechanical advent calendar where every little door contained another invoice. Chapter 5: Fast enough. Reliable enough. At its peak, the car was making roughly 150 horsepower at the crank, plenty for a small MGB. But horsepower is less entertaining when the engine keeps trying to turn itself into modern art. With performance head bolts and upgraded gaskets installed, we detuned it to about 130 to 135 horsepower. The goal changed from maximum bragging rights to the far more useful achievement of getting home under its own power. Chapter 6: Not your grandfather's MG. The result surprises people. This is not your grandfather's MG. It is small, quick, loud enough to announce its intentions, and much peppier than anyone expects. I have not personally met another owner crazy enough to follow this exact supercharger path, which makes the Green Hornet either rare, special, or a useful warning to others. Depending on the day, all three descriptions are probably accurate. Chapter 7: A driver, not a Concours car. The Green Hornet is a driver, not a Concours car. It has stone chips, road grime, and stories, yet it draws attention everywhere. At dinner, people stop in the parking lot to take pictures or pose beside it, even when far more expensive cars are parked nearby. That is part of the magic. The MGB is approachable. It makes people smile, starts conversations, and reminds them that fun is not measured by the price on the window sticker. Chapter 8: The Bond Car. At this year's Spring Fling, the Green Hornet came home an award winner as the crowd selected it as the next James Bond car. That felt wonderfully appropriate. It may not have ejector seats, machine guns, or Q-branch support, but it does have a talent for creating suspense. Every drive has a little espionage movie tension. Will the mission succeed, and will the hero make it home before something begins leaking? Or is that the oil slick smoke button being pressed? Chapter 9: Won 400 kilometres of proof. The real proof came on a 1,400-kilometre run across Ontario, from Owen Sound through Oro and Orillia, then Harcourt, Bancroft, Madoc, Kingston and Gananoque for MG Fest 103 and the Thousand Islands, before pointing west for home. After all the frustration and testing, the Green Hornet did exactly what it was built to do. It covered distance, attracted smiles, and turned the road itself into the destination. Chapter 10: The People Behind the Car. None of this happened alone. My mechanic Tim at T's Auto stuck with the process when many sensible people might have stopped answering the phone. The MG community offered knowledge, encouragement, and genuine appreciation for what the Green Hornet is and what it took to get here. My friends, kids, and family joined the crazy outings, and my very patient and supportive wife Gina quietly shook her head and handed me a beer at exactly the right moments, a contribution to the project that cannot be overstated. Chapter 11, JB Weld. A wonderful thing, and because old cars respect neither happy endings nor publishing deadlines, 2 frost plugs failed in the last few weeks. Thanks to MG guru John Twist and the JB Weld fix that Tim deployed, that problem is now solved. JB Weld is a wonderful thing. It may not be listed in the original workshop manual, but then again, neither was therapy. Chapter 12. Would I do it all again? That is a tough question, and the honest answer depends on the day. There are easier routes to the same performance, and probably to more reliability. But perhaps the adventure and the challenge are exactly why we do these things. I hope the friends and family who have shared the road are inspired to find an old British car of their own, get out there, and bring smiles to themselves and everyone they meet. As for the Green Hornet, all I have to do is turn the key, see what happens next, and find out where the road takes us. Chapter 13. What's next? We'll drive it and see, but based on the 1400 kilometre drive, I need to get the RPMs down. The power is there, the gears are not. The decision is finding an overdrive transmission or changing the gearing from the stock B to something longer. We will see, as Tim says, are you sure you want to change something that has not given us any issues?